Another chapter starts here tonight. The White Sox and the Cubs from Wrigley Field. It is game one of this three-game set. A beautiful night, a packed house, and we get ready for Shota Imanaga on the mound. Time to send it downstairs. Lots of roster moves, Taylor McGregor.
Yeah, you mentioned Dansby Swanson, of course, the injury that unfolded yesterday. So he goes on the 10-day IL with a left oblique strain. Kevin Alcantara has been recalled in his place. Also unfolding yesterday, Edward Cabrera said that during his outing, he felt a blister pop up. So he goes on the 15-day IL with a middle finger blister, and Javi Assad has been recalled in his place. Also, James Trianto has been optioned to AAA Iowa. Owen Miller has been selected. He just provides a lot more defensive versatility. And then just a quick note as well, Daniel Palencia has been transferred to the 60-day IL, but Boog, that's retro to June 16th, so it's really just a transaction to make room on the 40-man roster, and we could see him back in the major leagues very soon. Yeah,
no doubt. Sometime in the next day or two for Craig Counsell, their former closer, to begin things. And there is Shota Imanaga. JD on the mound making a start. Wasn't great his last time out, but he's in the middle of a good stretch.
Yeah, he's been really good. Last time against the Nationals, he allowed 3 home runs. That was his undoing in that start. 4 2/3, 4 earned runs, but he allowed just 4 earned runs total over his previous 5 starts. 28 home runs allowed this year, tied for second highest in MLB, but generally don't hurt him too much because he doesn't walk anybody. He's got a minuscule walk rate, lowest walk rate in the NL, as a matter of fact.
So Shota finishes up his warm-up tosses. You mentioned those homers. That's something the White Sox are very good at doing. White Sox lineup brought to you by Ford. Mydroth, Murakami, and Vargas. Grichuk clobbers lefties. Braden Montgomery to start in right. Brett Doyle patrols center. And Tanachi, Acuna, and Rogers rounding out the White Sox lineup. They lead the American League in runs per game. They're tied for 6th in the majors in that department. A team that's 3rd in the AL, 5th in the majors in homers hit. There is a lot of power here.
Yeah, a lot of slug throughout the lineup. They got guys that'll work walks. They got a guy here at the top of the order tonight, Mydroth, who's a high average hitter, especially against lefties. He's hitting .336 against left-handed pitching this year.
Shota ready to work, and here we go. And a swing and a miss, and we are underway as he went after him with the four-seamer.
Mydroth looking to ambush. First pitch fastball from Imanaga comes up empty.
And a swing and a miss right there. That's the splitter. Chase Mydroth at .278 does a great job getting on base. His OBP .354. Put it into perspective, the league average in the majors is .318 in OBP. 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And a fine start for Imanaga to begin the night.
Well, Mydroth was in swing mode, to say the least. 3 consecutive hacks, comes up empty all 3 times. Nasty splitter here from Imanaga to get things started. A well-placed fastball and then 2 real good splits.
So Imanaga and Murakami, 2 guys familiar with one another from Japan. Talking to our old buddy Len Casper, he was telling me that they dug it up that over in Japan, Murakami took Imanaga deep 6 times. First time they've squared off over here. And a breaking ball, and the sweeper is in for a strike. This guy, when he hits his homers, he hits them high. I mean, way into the air, but a ton of carry. Swing and a miss. Does he remind you of anyone?
Nobody jumps to mind right now. Fewest at bats per home runs. He's tops in MLB. His home run per fly ball rate is tops in Major League Baseball. Over 31% of his fly balls leave the ballpark. And he'll hit them to all fields.
The 1-2.
Who you got? Who's your comp? You got somebody on your mind?
In my head, I would say there are pieces of it when he's at contact point that remind me of Tommy. on that back leg a bit. And certainly Ohtani a bit as well. 2-2. Swing and a foul. Nope, he missed it. And it's a strikeout. He's gone.
Good feel for the split here early on.
Yeah, he got the swing and miss, and Carson Kelly.
Yeah, it's hard to catch. It's hard to hit.
No doubt. Just wasn't able to corral it. It went off his mitt, hit him in the bare hand. So back-to-back strikeouts, 2 down. And here's Vargas. And that one misses inside. How about that, JD? 94 with that fastball.
Yeah, he got a little adrenaline working, doesn't he? Feeling it. Feeling frisky out there.
All right, how about our keys to the game brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers, JD?
Yeah, thou shall not walk. We talked about that low walk rate for Imanaga. That's a big part of his game. Think sink. Luis Castillo for the White Sox. Could see that sinker in play here tonight. And vote for Pedro. Pedro Ramirez taking over at second base now with Nico sliding to short. So a lot of responsibility now falls on his shoulders. And boy, he's been up to the task, both in the field and in the batter's box.
So no Dansby Swanson on the IL with that oblique strain. And there's a strike, a fastball through there at 94. With Cabrera starting yesterday, Imanaga getting the extra day's rest. In the air, center field. Pete Crow Armstrong waits for it to come down. And Imanaga gets him 1, 2, 3, including a pair of strikeouts. PCA will lead things off when we come back to Wrigley. And the Cubs come up to hit. Back at Wrigley on a beautiful night as we go to the bottom of the first. And how about the Cubs lineup? It'll be PCA, then Seiya Suzuki, then Michael Busch, Bregman, Happ, and Horner, who's at short. Ramirez at second, Conforto and Kelly. Craig Counsell's group second in the majors in runs per game. First in on-base percentage, first in weighted runs created plus, highest walk rate. It is a really good offense. Here's a swing and a drive. Right field. It's gone. It's a really good offense because of that guy, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Oh, what a swing of the bat by PCA. He pulls off what Mydroth tried. The first pitch ambush. Number 29 for PCA. He's been scuffling a little bit. Went deep yesterday. And boom, MVP delivers here to start the bottom of the first.
Wow.
Talk about lighting a place up.
29th of the year. And he is one away from another 30-30 season. Pitch outside, JD. Among the things that have changed for PCA this year, the aggressiveness is down. And so it's got to make him harder to pitch to, because he can still do that. He'll ambush you. He's a guy whose first pitch swing rate is way down. His swing rate is down, but he still has it in his holster.
So important for both hitters and pitchers to kind of break the mold, right? Not be so predictable.
Third time this year he's homered on the first pitch of a game. Suzuki in the air, left center field, back to back. Cubs lead it 2-0. PCA to Seiya. Now how about this place? Here in the first, the Cubs putting their power on display.
And before folks can even settle in, take that first bite of the hot dog, Cubs go back to back. The 1-2 punch. Talked about it a lot this year. PCA and Suzuki, the Batman and Robin of the Cubs lineup. Pow, bam, boom. Whatever the Batman used to say.
It all works.
Pow.
441 feet. And now Michael Busch.
Bushy. Tough act to follow here. But I mean, why not?
Castillo back to work. And Busch pops it up. Left side, Vargas coming on. And in foul ground, he makes the catch, and there's one away. Luis Castillo making his third start for the White Sox. He's coming off his best start of the year.
Yeah, first time did not go so well for him. Last time it was his home debut with the White Sox against Cincinnati. Went 7 innings, allowed just 1 hit, and a season high 10 strikeouts. He's throwing a sinker a little bit more since he's joined the White Sox. The changeup usage is up a little bit too. And that was always, for me, the signature pitch for Castillo. He always had a plus fastball, good movement, but his changeup back in his days with the Reds, that was a money pitch for him.
And especially to lefties. There's a strike to Bregman. Castillo at 33 years old, originally signed by the Giants. And a guy we mentioned, saw him a ton when he was pitching for the Reds.
Yeah, we used to see a bunch of him. This is his first starter here at Wrigley since 2023.
Line drive, sliced into right, but right at Montgomery.
This home run replay, or these home run replays, are brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. First pitch of the game, the ambush from PCA, and then Seiya Suzuki strides up there a couple pitches later and says, "Don't forget about me, folks." Numbers 29 and 22 respectively.
And now Ian Happ. Happ with 20 homers this year for the 6th time in his career. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Tom Hanahan had to shake a tail feather to get out of the way.
Shake a tail feather. Look out, Tom Hanahan.
Is that shaking a tail feather? Was it?
Yeah, I would think so.
And now it's Nico Horner. Cubs lead 2-0. Back-to-back homers to begin the bottom of the first. PCA and then Seiya. It's one of the tweaks, by the way, that Craig Counsell made, if you remember, to begin the second half. And that was he came out in terms of the lineup and hit PCA first and Seiya second. His 2 best hitters, 1-2. And they basically have been hitting 1-2 since the All-Star break. The 0-1.
Well, this Cubs lineup, you know, it's becomes a little bit of an issue for the pitcher because, one, it's a deep lineup. They've had good hitters up and down the batting order, but good balance too, left and right. The lineup tonight goes left, right, switch, right. So it's tough to settle into a groove.
Sinker boring in on Horner, and he comes up empty, 1-2. Tapped on the ground. Vargas charges, picks it up, and he will not be able to get Bregman. It's an infield hit.
Vargas is deep here, big high hop. Slow bounding ball. Probably should have just held on to it. Had no real shot at Nico there. Because Nico always does this, puts his head down and gives you that perfect form. You know, those home runs here tonight, not a product of a helping wind either. It's actually blowing in a little bit here tonight. It's relatively calm, certainly by Wrigley standards.
By the way, the last time the Cubs opened a game with 2 homers back-to-back, June 21st, 2025. There's the win. So, I mean, it's fairly neutral, I would say. But it was Happ and Tucker against the Mariners, Emerson Hancock. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Doyle into the gap, makes the catch. And the Cubs leave a couple. Pete Crow Armstrong, first pitch, bottom of the first. Number 29, Seiya, right on his heels. Shake a tail feather. It's 2-0. Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by the Bob Locurcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. By Circus Sports. And by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. Pete Crow Armstrong delivering in the first here tonight. As the Cubs have the early 2-0 lead. And we move to the second. Shota Imanaga able to get him 1-2-3. Dangerous hitter right here, though. Randall Grichuk. Lefty deals. And this one is popped up. Foul off to the right. Bush giving it a look. And that'll fall out of play. Randall Grichuk. Chris Kampka's got a million good notes, right?
Yes, he does.
And you see his overall numbers. In his career, he has just crushed lefties. But you look at his major league career, he has 221 career homers. He has the most career homers among active players with no all-star selection.
How about that? It's a good trivia question.
Really good.
Take a screenshot of that at home and stump your friends.
Deal 1.
Well, this season, among hitters with at least 100 plate appearances against left-handed pitching, his slugging percentage is 4th best in the big leagues. So, kind of what he does, eats up left-handed pitching. 608 slug.
Yep, it is career. It's 508. Imanaga ahead 0-2. Check swing and a foul. So he's made a really nice career for a guy. You know, look, he was, unfortunately for him, drafted 1 pick ahead of one of the best position players in recent memory, Mike Trout. He was drafted 24th in the 09 draft. Trout went 25th. Out of Rosenberg, Texas. Lamar Consolidated High School, Randall Grichuk.
Yeah, I used to live out there, Boot, many years ago when I was playing for the Astros. It's southwest of Houston.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. JD with the strikeouts coming hot and heavy. We'll let you know AbbVie and the Cubs are teaming up to strike out cancer. Roughly 241 Americans are diagnosed with cancer every hour. For each Cubs strikeout at Wrigley Field this season, AbbVie will donate $241 to Cubs charities. AbbVie, people, passion, possibilities.
Trying to land that 0-0 curveball a little bit inside. Not a bad idea, though, to give him a little different look.
Love the freeze frame.
And right now, they're not seeing that splitter at all. Piling up the swings and misses.
Reid Montgomery waits. Montgomery was a first-round pick by the Red Sox out of Texas A&M after transferring from Stanford. Picked the first round 2024. That one on a hop, smothered waist high by Nico, and throws him out 2 away.
Moving over to shortstop, of course, a little bit longer throw you have to deal with, so you have to be mindful of that. This ball gets up into his midsection, a couple hops to set his feet, and he gets the speedy Montgomery.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty well suited as a guy who played shortstop every day, and the metrics like him at shortstop. Popped up in the air out towards left center. PCA sprinting in, the call and the grab, and Imanaga has set down the first 6 in a row. 2-0 Cubs.
September 2nd to celebrate first responders. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Cubs quilted fleece and challenge coin presented by Wendella. Now, don't miss out on this offer.
Michael Conforto now. And ball 1 to Conforto. Conforto, then Kelly, and then Pete Crow Armstrong. The 1-1. That's in the air. Vargas, long run, foul ground, reaches out and makes the catch. That's a nice play.
Nice little golf clap from his pitcher. And a whole lot of room to operate over there. Vargas, good concentration, tracks it down.
Hugs.
Hugs, yeah. Castillo kind of works from that low arm slot. He's always been able to rush it up there pretty good. 95, 96 miles an hour. Good movement on the sinker. That one catch a corner, Boo?
I wasn't looking.
Thought it maybe did. Probably not worthy of a challenge at this point.
2-1. That missed.
I think he's trying to throw that two-seamer and trying to run it back to the outside corner. Previous one, he actually executed the pitch, didn't get the call that time. It was clearly off. And now a hitter's count for Carson Kelly.
That one, the slider that just kind of moved off the outside edge.
Yeah, it's in the same lane, right, as those previous fastballs, only a little late movement the other way. Castillo 3 times an All-Star in his career, 2019, and then back-to-back seasons 22 and 23.
3-2 pitch.
Get out of that kitchen.
He's already gotten hit on that hand. I think that got
it. Did. It got the hand, got the knuckle, but it was a swing.
Yep. And remember, what was that? That second strikeout went off the bottom of his glove, and his bare hand was kind of resting in his midsection, and it hit him on his bare right hand. Up the middle. Oh, nice play by Mindroff. And Kelly retired. Now, the last time these two teams got together, Pete Crow Armstrong was a different player. In fact, he was hitting 8th in the batting order on May 17th. Going into that game, he was hitting .238, after it .234. But since then, whoa, 302, 407, 633. He's basically been the best player in the sport. Line drive in the air, right field. It'll fall for a hit.
So he's seen 2 pitches tonight. He's got himself a couple of knocks, a home run and a single. This one down towards the end of the bat, a little softy. Montgomery looked like he had a thought to try to make a play on this ball. Opted to play it on a hop. It was a changeup he's out in front of, but stays through the zone long enough to make a little contact.
There's Suzuki now, homered his first time. And there's a strike.
The nerve.
How dare you?
The unmitigated gall. Get him, Pete. Oh, there you go. There's 2 disengagements. Might be go time.
Not going that time. Oh, 2. We'll see what that rapscallion Pete Crow Armstrong is up to at first.
He's got evil intent down there. The larceny in his heart. What about his feet?
There he goes. Inside, throw to second, too late.
Put it in your pocket.
Number 31 for PCA, and he's into scoring position.
Play the game, Pete. Play the game. This slide is brought to you by Wisconsin Dells. Plan your getaway at wisdells.com. Figured after the 2 disengagements, it was just a matter of time before he was off and running.
Fouled off at the plate. I need to confess to the audience, by the way, I did the game yesterday on ABC, so I said to my partner, Jim Deshays, is there a word you'd like me to say on the air?
I gave you 2 choices.
Yeah.
Askance and rapscallion, and you didn't use either.
I didn't use either. But now here tonight, because I love you, I just did. The 1-2. On the ground towards first. Picked up over there, and then underhanded to Castillo. So Murakami handles the chance. Still 2-0.
Well, Cubs lead by 2 as we go to the top of the 3rd. And in case you're just now joining us, I'm going to steal Boog's line, where you been? But also we want to inform you that Dansby Swanson has been placed on the 10-day IL with a left oblique strain. So for about 4 weeks, we will not see him and Nico Hoerner as double play partners. So in the interim, Nico Hoerner has been moved to shortstop, and you'll see a lot of Pedro Ramirez at second base. So this was them before the game. About 4 o'clock this afternoon, they were out there practicing those double plays, and I caught up with Pedro after this, and he said it was a lot about communication. I want to know the exact words that Nico uses in different situations, also body movement, the way they move, and obviously some of that will take time, Boog, but they're trying to make the most of the time they have to get it right in the intermediate. Got me?
I got it. We got that. We'll figure out that word in a second. We just had an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. It's a strike. Call is confirmed. White Sox have 1 challenge remaining.
An aggressive use of the challenge, eh? 3rd inning, nobody on base. Not a decisive pitch, whether it's a walk or a strikeout.
Yeah.
Sam would like a mulligan on that one. Oh, that's what Sam does best.
Yep.
You could argue no base there. I mean, he leaned into that. That's the 23rd time he's been hit by a pitch this year. Every once in a blue moon, you hear a call, but he clearly dangled that elbow out there.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's he's trying to get hit by that pretty watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, it's a smart play.
So Antonacci is aboard. Only guy in the majors been hit by more pitches than Antonacci is Ivan Herrera.
Yeah, I think at Herrera, a lot of it is a function of the way they try to pitch him. With Antonacci, I think it's just a willingness to give up the body. Like a modern day Ron Hunt.
Fly ball right field. Suzuki circling and getting under it.
Umpire Tendencies is brought to you by UI Health. Scott Berry is the man with the mask tonight. He's neutral. He's neither pitcher friendly nor hitter friendly.
He's just friendly.
He's just friendly, and challenges per game below average, overturn rate below average. So he's doing a solid job back there.
Pitch inside. Jake Rogers at the plate. How about the journey this guy's been on? Literally, see the overall numbers in the season, 176. I mean, this is a dude who hit 21 homers for the Tigers in 2023. But in 22 days, he suited up and played in a game for 4 different teams. It's pretty incredible. So his last game with Detroit was July 25th, and then 3 games with Baltimore, 3 games with Boston, and his first game with the White Sox on August 15th. I mean, that's the world you know you're getting into, but nevertheless, and in the middle of it, there are stops at home when he's figuring out where he's going.
Hey, Jake, get your gear.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, here's a plane ticket. After, a pretty nice run with the Tigers, he'd been in Detroit since 2019.
Very well thought of defensively.
Well, yeah, all you need to do is look at the offensive profile. He's a lifetime 198 hitter. And to be around the big leagues for 6-7 years as a 198 hitter, that just tells you that the guys can catch.
One, 2 misses. He's going with the beard right now, but he grows himself a really good mustache. Swing and a miss, and struck him out. Even Naga has struck out 4. There's 2 away.
Wherever life takes you.
Whenever you need us.
We're your advocate. Advocate Healthcare.
First offering to Chase Maedroth, missing the mark. He struck out his first time. Antonacci is at first. And there's a strike.
Imanaga carved up Maedroth to start the ball game. 3 pitches, punched him out, a heater, and a couple good split finger pitches. This time he flips a little sweeper up there, trying to give him a little different look.
That is in there for a strike. One other note on Antonacci. With that hit by pitch, his 23rd, that matches the White Sox all-time team record in a season.
It's important to have goals.
2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Imanaga pumped up, showed a sharp so far here tonight. We're midway in the 3rd. 2-zip. Welcome back. Live odds brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. And Michael Busch at the plate. Busch, Bregman, and Happ went too far that time.
My memory of Castillo, and I haven't seen him pitch a bunch since he left Cincinnati. It felt like he used to be taller in his delivery. Like he's dropping down a little bit more. But, you know, it's.
I really wish you had just ended the sentence as I remembered that I thought he used to be taller.
Well, I've always, you know, every time I write down on my scorecard, I put the pitcher height and weight.
Right side, that spills out of the glove of Maedroth, and he picks it up and throws him out. Really nice play.
Yeah, the numbers like Maedroth out there defensively. He's been really good. He plays every day. He's a real grinder for this club. I mean, if you were to look for a White Sox MVP, you know, he's probably not the guy, but he'd probably get some votes. Spectacular play here, taking a base hit away from Michael Busch. Always working that gun. Anyway, Castillo listed at 6'2", 200, and every time I write down that he's 6'2", I think, thought he was taller than that.
He has had a fine big league career, as you mentioned, 3 All-Star appearances.
Looks like he's more intentional here tonight, trying to work that both the sinker and the changeup away to right-handed hitters. The other thing about watching him pitch in his Reds days, and you know, I could be completely wrong, I never talked to him about it, but it looked to me like he wasn't necessarily trying to hit spots. It's like, I'm going to throw the ball towards the middle of the plate and let my movement do its thing. Tonight I feel like he's trying to hit spots a little bit more.
JD, you were listed at 6'4". That's accurate, right?
Yeah.
Were you ever 6'5"?
6'4.5".
Yeah, okay. Here comes the 2-2. Other way, and it's a fair ball and a base hit. Bregman around first, racing towards second. Here's a throw. It's a double. And Alex Bregman staying hot. Since the break, he's got an OPS north of 900, and a 2-bagger gives the Cubs a man in scoring position.
We love those 2-baggers. You know who else does? Elgin Hyundai. And this double brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car. Little hesitation, rounding first, thinking, should I? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, he's been really aggressive on the bases, too. Taking a lot of extra bases.
Happ swings through that one at 97. In a single his first time. Love to see Hap get going. It's been a battle of late for Ian. Last 18 at just 169. As we've documented, though, a lot of the issues that have dragged his numbers down come from the right side. One out, man at second. That's Bregman. And Rogers trying to hold it there and get the strike call.
Yeah, I don't know that Ian would ever admit it. He's very proud. He's been a good, switch hitter for a long time now in this league. But the fact that he, is not going to get many looks from the right side, and I'm not positive how much he'll see, but just to focus on the left-handed swing and that part of his game might really serve him well.
I mean, look at his left-handed numbers into tonight. 235, 355, 455. I mean, those are really good numbers. 2-2. Lifted in the air, scooped out towards left. Long run, and Tanachi sliding. Can't get there.
You get to that point there where you start to run out of real estate. You have to make a call whether to stay upright and risk running headlong into that wall or leave your feet.
And Tanachi coming on full speed. Fabian had to depart the premises down there.
Fabian probably should have called him off. I think he had a better play on that ball.
We came in with Fabian today. I saw him as he made his way in, had his glove tucked into his backpack. He looked at you. He said, "What happened to him?" I said, "Sometimes he gets loud."
Yeah, I didn't even recognize him without his helmet on.
2-2. Center field. Doyle going back, and shy of the track makes the catch. He can really throw. Bregman will tag. And there's 2 down.
Cub fans, visit Cubs Trending inside the Marquee Sports app for all the top highlights, interviews, and must-watch moments all season long. Presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local Nationwide insurance agent. Visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Beautiful shot. That's spectacular, huh?
Yeah, beautiful. He goes shortens to bunt, takes a strike, nothing at 1. That last one that Happ hit, that is the 5th ball of 100 miles an hour or better that the Cubs have hit here tonight. Leading 2-0. Back up the middle, knocked down by Castile. Retrieves and throws him out. And that was hit hard. 95.6.
Cubs lead by 2 as we go to the top of the 4th with Murakami stepping into the batter's box. This is a guy who's had a great rookie season in Major League Baseball. He's also relied on both Shota Imanaga and Seiya Suzuki as to not only make the transition into Major League Baseball, but also living here in Chicago. So back when the two teams met up earlier this season, we had a great photo of them all conversing on the field. And I asked Shota and Seiya about that conversation. I asked, what was the #1 thing talked about? And they said food, because for a lot of guys, that can be a hard transition when it comes to what it's like off of the field, because the food choices are just so different. And so Seiya and Shota had a harder time doing it, but they told me that Murakami actually really loves American food, guys. So it's not been as hard for him, and they've definitely relied some of their favorite Japanese restaurants here in Chicago. But good news for Murakami, he likes American food.
2-1 misses upstairs. It is a loud and raucous crowd here tonight.
Awesome. Awesome energy. Well, you know, you eat cheeseburgers, you hit home runs. It's a proven fact.
3-1. And he walked him. So Murakami leading off in the 4th. And Shota
A rare walk for Shota, man. He has been not walking anybody here for the last 5 or 6 starts.
Yeah, his walk rate for the year is up, but it's pretty clear that he throws the ball where he wants to throw the ball. And walks, at least in part, he's participating right there. As that one misses down and away, a splitter to Vargas, ball 1. Takes a deep breath. Miguel Vargas, who was originally signed by the Dodgers out of Cuba. That was back in 2017 for $300,000. So not a huge signing bonus. And then came over right around the deadline in 2024. That's to center field, and PCA will play it on a bounce.
Hit number 1 for the White Sox, just a little flare into shallow center field, but they set up shop. First and second, nobody out. And for the first time tonight, Shota going to have to deal with a little pressure. That ball's in and around the label.
And as we mentioned, Grichuk very dangerous, especially against lefties. Got good power. And there's a strike.
Shota over his last 6 starts coming into this one, 34 1/3 innings pitched, 30 strikeouts, and only 3 walks.
Strikeout rate 24% for the season. The league average is about 22. And the big boys do it in that north of 28-30% range. Full house here at Wrigley. 2 on, nobody out. Cubs lead. White Sox threaten. And that one never had the plate.
No, it's almost like he turned that one over a little bit. More like a straight change than the action we typically see on his splitter.
Fly ball center field. Carl Armstrong back some more, and it's gone. Randall Grichuk continues to clobber left-handed pitching. A 3-run homer, and it's given the White Sox a 1-run lead. He got just enough of it.
And went back to the splitter. That was the strikeout pitch to Grichuk last time. This time, Grichuk savvy to it, stays back on it, and then drives it to straightaway center field. So many of the home runs allowed by Shota this year have been solo shots, but this one follows a walk and then a soft single.
And now Braden Montgomery. White Sox lead at 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Only Aaron Nola has allowed more home runs. Our buddy Chris Kampka is talking about good nuggets. He made this point that going into tonight, the Cubs, in terms of homers allowed and homers hit, are minus 30. And yet they're 19 over 500. I would think that most of the time, if a team is minus 30 in home runs, their record's usually not real great. Bounce to the left side. Bregman cuts across and makes a nice play.
Yeah, one of those tweener balls. Alex decides to take it himself. That's what third basemen are taught to do. Nico getting ready to make a play on it, but Alex says, "Excuse me, sir, I got this."
Frustrating for Dansby Swanson, who's going to have to sit and watch for a while. Placed on the IL. First one to Doyle, in for a strike. Swanson told me that it is his first soft tissue injury, you know, so you're talking about, you know, hammy, groin, quad, that type of stuff. He hasn't had anything like that, he said, since he was 14.
Yeah, I would imagine Dansby's not, you know, really comfortable in this role. He wants to play. He loves to play. And having to sit and watch is going to be a little maddening for him. He's going to have to be patient to make sure he gets healthy.
The 1-2 to Doyle. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Downstairs and Taylor.
You did mention it will be uncomfortable, but he made sure to tell the media yesterday, look, they call me coach and I'm going to do the best I can to contribute to winning even from the bench. So this was him right before Alex went up and hit the double. He came out from underneath, had something he wanted to tell Alex, and let the coach be coach.
There you go.
Coach got a coach. You probably said last time you hit the ball over 100 miles an hour and you were out on a line drive. Try a little softy to right. See how that works.
And Bregman said, Imanaga pumps one in for a strike to Antonacci, who reached on a hit by pitch. White Sox have taken a 3-2 lead. Home runs have delivered all the runs here tonight. PCA and Seiya go back to back in the bottom of the first, and here in the fourth, with two aboard, Randall Grichuk going deep. Remember, Shota's faced the White Sox twice, including earlier this year, and it hasn't gone great. Three and one. Here comes. Outside corner.
Antonacci used the challenge last time and he was wrong. They only have one left, so he couldn't afford a challenge here. The pitch was clearly off the plate. Yeah, they tattooed Shota over at their place last year. Kind of felt like they knew what was coming.
Yeah, this year, or last year, I should say. Yeah, it was last year in 2024. Last year, 12 hits they gave up in that start. 7 runs all earned. 3-2. Outside corner, ring him up. Imanaga has struck out 7, but Grichuk goes deep, and the White Sox have taken the lead. Back here, bottom of the fourth. And the White Sox with a 3-2 advantage. And a pitch in for a strike to Pedro Ramirez. And now 1-1. Pedro getting to start at second base. Got to figure he will get the bulk of the starts. He's been so good, especially since the All-Star break.
Challenge. Ball's a little high. Oh, this should get overturned.
ABS is powered by T-Mobile. Jim Deshaies.
Call is overturned.
He is the prognosticator.
Well, Scott Berry gets challenged 3.9 times per game, so getting close to his average here.
Two. Talked with Craig Counsell yesterday, and he was mentioning this young guy, Pedro Ramirez. He said he's kind of an old soul. Got a high baseball IQ. On the ground, backhanded by Mydrop, and Ramirez retired. JD, you ready for mound ball?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's time to play mound ball. It's presented by Tasty. Traded the Ball State on the Mound Cup season ticket holder Barbara Collins would have won the $1,000 Tasty trade jackpot. Unfortunately, it did not. Tasty trade stocks, options, futures, crypto. Sorry, Barb.
Yeah, sorry. It was a really good effort, though, Scott Berry. Can't really fault the effort.
No, I thought it was going to check up and stay. You start getting some of those umpire spin rates, right?
Yeah, well, I think the stint meter too. I think the mound's running pretty fast tonight. Just tough to hold it.
One out, base is empty, a 1-1. Castillo working off the first base side of the rubber. Fordo pops it up foul.
Well, Dansby to the IL, more playing time for Ramirez, and perhaps more at bats for Conforto too in the DH role.
Yep. Gets under this one, and it pushes foul. It's down there in McGregor land.
Did you hear me screech?
I did not hear you screech.
Ah!
There she is. She's got her table back, everybody. The Yankees and the Dodgers are gone, and there she is.
Free to roam yet again.
Yeah, she is.
Free to roam.
There it is. You gotta put, like, you gotta start spicing it up, like bring a picture that you put up, like a little family
like
picture
decorate
there.
the table, yeah.
Yeah.
To roll her up along. Oh my goodness, he missed it! Wow! I mean, the most routine of plays, and he elected to pick it up with the glove hand. It'll go E1.
And he turned his glove the wrong way.
Jeez.
It's just, you know, if you turn the glove the other way and kind of let the ball roll into it, you're going to be fine. It's just awkward the way he went at that one. What a break for the Cubs. See if they can do anything with it.
Going all of 55 miles an hour. It's E1.
Carson played a pretty strong pull on the infield. Acuna in the hole. Mydroth out behind second base. There seems to be some redundancy there. I think if I was going to have Acuna play in the hole like that or towards the hole, I'd probably put Vargas a little closer to the line, but I'm sure they have their spray charts and their scouting report. They know exactly what they're doing based on this hitter-pitcher matchup. A little something extra on that one. A sinker at 97. It's a tough pitch, man. Crossfire to the outside corner.
Castillo ready, and a 2-2. Center field, Doyle. Conforto goes halfway and then back to first.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Get 0% APR for 60 months on select Frontier trims.
And now it's PCA, 2 down and a man at first.
Really curious to see this first pitch. Threw it in there. It is a changeup and left it up a little bit, but he had Pete out in front. Sidearm circle change.
Swing and a miss. Went to the changeup again.
Now, first one designed, I guess, to be in the zone. Second time he's looking for swing and miss, and he got it. Pete's in swing mode here tonight, and why not? It's been a good recipe for him. Home run at single first 2 times up.
Well, now he's in battle mode, 0-2. Castillo ready. Try to get him to chase upstairs. That's outside.
One way up, one way out. You get the sense that he wants to try to get him out with that changeup. See if he comes back to it here on 2-2.
2-2. Man at first, 2 down. Cubs down a run.
Nope.
And PCA gone on strikes. End of 4. It's 3-2. Time now for the Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. And how about fielding run value from infielders this year? Only the Cardinals better than the Cubs, plus 25. The White Sox good on the infield as well. As Luis Angel Acuna takes a strike. White Sox lead it 3-2.
He's generated a ton of swings and misses with that splitter here tonight. It was also the home run pitch. He left one up a little bit to Grichuk. But for the most part, the White Sox hitters haven't really been able to figure it out.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is 8 now.
Folks, join us on Thursday, September 3rd for Hello Kitty Night. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a limited edition Hello Kitty Cubs plushie. Don't miss out on this offer. Somebody at home will be very upset if you don't bring home that kitty.
I thought you did a nice job with the rising intonation. Hello Kitty night.
It's a big night at the ballpark.
Yeah, it is. Where were we? I think we were in San Francisco, and the lines were just forever. Fly ball drilled down the left side, but curling foul.
Yeah, you never know what's going to capture the imagination of the baseball fan. In Pittsburgh, huge lines for the Dr. Robbie bobblehead.
Oh, that's right, from the pit.
From the pit, yeah. Little double take here from Shota on this one. Just off that outside edge. Suboptimal walking the 9-hole hitter here, and now the lineup turns over and they're going to get their third look at Shota. So far, Mydroth has not been a problem. He's punched out both times. He's been really good against lefties this year.
3-2 White Sox. Grichuk with the big 3-run homer.
He really hasn't landed enough of those breaking balls here tonight to get the hitters thinking anything other than fastball split. Is he thinking about a bunt? Is he peeking down there at third base?
There's a strike.
Mydroth on occasion will drop down a bunt. He's got 4 bunt hits. You can't rule it out altogether.
The 1-1. All in 2 strikes. Challenge from Carson Kelly, ABS. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Bam!
Ball's overturned, batter's out.
9 strikeouts for Shota.
And that's a hat trick for Mydroth, who probably was thinking, all right, I laid off. I didn't chase the splitter that time, and he landed it in the zone for the punch out anyway.
And now with Toole away and a man at first, it's Munetaka Murakami. That's line to right. Suzuki is there and makes the catch.
It's now time for the Intelligence Center, powered by CDW and AMD. The category is 20 homer seasons by Japanese-born players in Major League Baseball history. And there you see the 5 gentlemen that have accomplished that. Murakami and Akamoto doing so this year in their rookie seasons. Seiya's done it 4 times. Hideki Matsui with the Yankees 5 times, and Ohtani 20 or more on 7 occasions.
Suzuki number 22 earlier tonight.
How far did it fly, you ask? Brought to you by American Airlines. He got into it. It was right after PCA went deep. He got a pitch right over the heart of the plate and demolished it 440 feet. Score your next flight at AA.com. Not many cheapies off the bat of Seiya Suzuki.
No, he's a big, strong guy. I mentioned hitting PCA and say a 1-2. I want to correct what I said. It actually started just a tiny bit before the All-Star break. It started on Saturday, July 11th against the Reds. Right before, remember, the final 2 games of the break, the Saturday, Sunday, and then it continued. But I love seeing Craig Counsell take his two big bats and
piggyback him like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think to begin the game, it's one of those things where you don't get to ease into it.
No. Yep. I feel like the heat is on from the first pitch of the ball game.
Yeah, as we saw tonight. That one missing inside as he lurched out of the way. Michael Busch waiting in the on deck circle down to our left. 3-2. And that's ball 4.
Castillo has that funky looking finish sometimes. See, this again, you start talking about third time through the order. Guys already gone deep against you. You've seen a bunch of your pitches, so you reach back for a little something extra and you misfire. 13 of Sayas' 22 home runs have traveled at least 400 feet. Opportunity for those guys to catch up, have a little chat.
So a man at first and a 1-0. Swing and a high fly ball left field. This is pretty well struck. And Antonacci back up against the ivy and he makes the catch. And Busch just missed it.
Yeah, it sure looked promising for a long time. Right there when the wall starts to bend, it starts to open up towards the corner.
So one away. And it's Alex Bregman. Bregman has lined out and doubled. Alex Bregman mentioned how well he's been swinging the bat in the second half. Way more in line with his career norms. Like Castillo, a 3-time All-Star. Full house at Wrigley. Sold out tonight, tomorrow night, and getting pretty close for Wednesday. The 2-1.
Yeah, these games against the White Sox obviously have no more meaning in the standings than any other game. But I think because the energy and the fans, the crowd, I mean, they have to be fun games to play in for the players.
Yes. On the ground up the middle, and that gets through. And now 2 aboard and 1 out. I think one of the things you look at the atmosphere, take one peek at this punch back up the middle.
Trying a little pepper with the center fielder. Pretty solid contact from Bregman. Now a little heat for Castillo to deal with.
Zach Bove, the pitching coach, comes out for the White Sox. I was starting to say, and I'm stealing this from Gary Cohen, who's the voice of the Mets on TV, but he made the point that one of the things that is fun in interleague play in those special spots like Chicago or New York, it takes something and changes what we're used to in American sports, and that is the home road dynamic. When the road team scores, it quiets the home crowd in American sports. And in interleague play, it's never quiet. That you hear the crowd regardless.
Somebody's making noise.
Somebody's making noise when it's Chicago, Chicago, New York, New York, LA, LA, that type of thing. It changes the dynamic. You know, the Cubs go to San Diego, and yeah, the Cubs travel really well. But even still, as a general idea, it's quiet when the road team does something.
Yeah, I noticed just downtown today.
Yeah.
A lot of Chicago people roaming around the city.
I mean, what's wrong with you? Were you asking people for IDs? Swing and a miss.
Thought it was funny because a lot of times, like when the Phillies are in town, you see a lot of Philly people roaming around downtown. So
do you?
Funny that there's a lot of Chicago people roaming around downtown.
Chicago.
Don't make me explain myself. Well, we heard a little bit this weekend. There were a lot of Cardinal fans here.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Castillo is up to 96 pitches. Happ to the right side. Meidroth to second for one. And a return to first, not in time.
Inning stays alive for Nico now. Castillo approaching 100 pitches.
Tyler Schweitzer is up in the pen for the White Sox.
White Sox probably have 2 or 3 guys down out there tonight, not available. They're coming off a hard-fought 3-game sweep of the Tigers over the weekend. They used a lot of bullpen to secure those wins.
Will Venable, second year. His bench coach Walker McKinven. Softly hit towards third. Bare hand Vargas, he threw it away. Suzuki is in to score. Happ is racing around. Throw to the plate. That gets away. The Cubs have the lead.
Second time tonight, Vargas has made an ill-advised throw on a slow roller like that. Got away with it. Didn't hurt him first time. This time it hurts him big time. Should have let it roll. Time now for the Xfinity high-speed play. Not going to get Nico. Either let it roll or put it in your pocket. Huge break for the Cubs.
It'll go single RBI and then an E5 as Happ slides across. And Will Venable out of the dugout, and a pitching change brought to you by Lakes. Fans, Friday is the last day to vote for the 2026 Cubs Charities Community Awards presented by the Robert R. McCormick Foundation. Scan the QR code now to cast your vote for a favorite Chicago-based nonprofit. All right, the lefty Tyler Schweitzer is on here. The 25-year-old will deliver, and Ramirez takes ball one.
This is Schweitzer's first big league appearance since July 31st. He was just called up prior to their weekend series in Detroit. Overall, 11 games, a 2.78 ERA. For the low strikeout totals, 22 2/3 innings. He's only struck out 11 batters.
Great energy in the ballpark here tonight. Ramirez fouls that one back.
He had a rip. Don't get cheated.
Softly hit. Schweitzer up with it. Low throw, but they're able to get Ramirez. Cubs get some help from some shaky defense from the White Sox. And the Cubs have the lead. It's 4-3.
Well, it is time now for our Prevagen memorable moment. We take you back to June 13th, 2010. It was a legendary crosstown pitchers duel where both Ted Lilly and Gavin Floyd took no-hit bids into the 7th inning. Floyd lost his bid in the 7th to a Chad Tracy RBI single for the only run of the game, and then Ted Lilly would lose his bid in the top of the 9th on a Juan Pierre single to center, but he did secure the W for the Cubs, Boog.
One of the great pitching duels in the history of this series. Back here at Wrigley, and a peek down from the drone. And Shota Imanaga has already struck out 9 here tonight. Cubs have a 4-3 advantage. Here's Miguel Vargas. Yeah, that's in for a strike.
Take a look at the strikeouts for Imanaga. How has he gotten them? The splitter's been the primary weapon. 7 strikeouts coming on that split finger pitch. Most of them chases that pitches down out of the zone, and then a couple on the 4-seam fastball. One way up. One on the edge. 1-run lead in the 6th. Dangerous part of the lineup here, though.
Yeah, 3rd time around. And Vargas taking inside. Vargas, then Grichuk, and then Montgomery. Shota, a 2-1. White Sox in mid-May took 2 or 3 from the Cubs. Scored 22 runs and hit 10 homers. That's ball 4. So man at first, nobody out, and beautiful shots from our Megalodon camera powered by Nissan. Visit nissanusa.com or your local dealer. First one to Grichuk, missing upstairs, ball 1. Randall Grichuk with one big swing, blasted one out in the 4th to give the White Sox a 3-2 lead.
Currently nobody up in the Cub bullpen.
Swing and a miss.
Vargas a big man, but he runs well. He's swiped 12 bases this year in 14 tries.
In the air, and Ramirez called off by Suzuki. 1 away. Downstairs, and Taylor.
Boog, it was a couple weeks ago we told you about Lucky Benjamin, the background on Shota's phone. Well, I have another quirky thing that Shota does. Every 3rd day, he wears these hot dog socks. He says they're not necessarily lucky. He just likes the way they feel on his feet. They're a little lighter, but it's every 3rd day. He would wear them every day, but he doesn't want to wear unclean socks.
Well, of course.
So,
yeah.
So it makes sense. He has to wait for them to get cleaned.
You know, it's ridiculous.
So you walk into Portillo's and go, man, I could use me some hot dog socks.
Yeah.
You know, I think he had a nice endorsement with them, so he might have gotten those for free. But listen, sometimes free 99 is the best.
What can we hook you up with? How about some socks?
All right, so you look at the socks that he's wearing, and what you're actually seeing, so he's not wearing, those are just sleeves, the blue, and the black socks are basically just above the ankle, and he has these specific type of socks that he likes to wear, and they're toe socks, so that so a toe goes into each slot like the way a glove would. And so it looks like he's wearing, you know, standard blue Cubs stance socks, but they're not. They're just sleeves. And then he likes those athletic. I don't know what exactly the science is behind socks where you have a slot for every toe, but he likes it. The 2-1. Swing and a miss.
I also learned that Danny Mueller and the hardworking members of the Cubs clubhouse do laundry every 3 days. So that's hence why it's every third day.
Secrets of the clubhouse with Taylor McGregor. Danny, by the way, showed us some cool stuff today in his office.
Yeah, he's got a really nice collection of memorabilia.
But it's personal stuff, and it's got a real. It was really neat. Danny, thank you for showing us that. Swing and a miss. And Montgomery is gone. He has struck out 10 here tonight.
One shy of his career high that he got earlier this year against the Phillies. Punched out 11 fills back in April.
Cubs with a pair of relievers up in the pen, Zephyr-John and Rollison. And now it's just Zephyr-John. Popped up right side, Bush under it. He's got it. Shota pitches around a leadoff walk. Will go to the bottom of the 6th. Cubs with the lead.
Join us on Tuesday, September 1st to celebrate Armed Forces Appreciation. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Cubs hoodie and challenge coin presented by Toyota. Jump on the L.
Yes.
Right on out to Wrigley.
Or take the marquee chopper. Here's Kevin Alcantara.
Was called back up today. He and Owen Miller promoted from AAA. James Trianto sent out. Dansby to the IL.
That is in there. And Alcantara, oh, is he challenging?
He's not challenging.
He was not challenging.
No verbal. He went to his helmet, but he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And Scott Barry assumed it was a challenge, and then as Alcantara walked off.
The batter did not challenge the pitch.
Kind of did.
Yeah, he did.
But he didn't.
Yeah, I think he caught a break there.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, he turned, looked at him, went to the helmet, but he didn't give a verbal.
Yeah. One out. Here's Carson Kelly.
I would suggest get rid of the helmet tap altogether and just make it a verbal. Because that reach for the helmet, that's kind of an instinctive thing you see guys do quite often.
Yeah, guys are. I mean, he just did it.
What if you gave them like a little red flag to put in their back pocket, like in the NFL? Just throw it down at the umpire's feet.
No.
Yeah. I challenge you, good sir.
Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. Carson Kelly is single the other way, and with one out, the man on first. JD Road to Wrigley Live, presented by Prevagen. It returns this Thursday at 6 p.m. on Marquee. Catch live whip around coverage across the entire Cubs minor league system and get caught up on the latest Cubs prospect news. It comes your way Thursday at 6 right here on Marquee.
Thought that Imanaga might come back out with the left-handed batter due, but Ryan Rollison continues to warm up in the bullpen, so that lefty will, in all likelihood, start the top of the 7th. This game got off to a bang zoom start for the Cubs. First pitch of the game, PCA goes deep, and then right behind him, Seiya Suzuki unloads 440 feet, and just like that, 2-0 for the home team.
And Pete Crow Armstrong will take his base. And that walk is big right there. Puts 2 on for Seiya Suzuki.
Now, those numbers we showed you on Schweitzer when he came into the game, that's the entirety of his major league career. He's in a hot spot here. Just 12 major league games under his belt, 23 innings coming into play tonight. Jam-packed house at Wrigley. Not an easy environment.
Ball 1 to Seiya, walked and scored his first time, or his last time, I should say. Homered his first time. He's also grounded out. Kelly at second, PCA at first.
Well, very dangerous pitch for Schweitzer coming up here. He's going to take a little extra time. Give himself a pep talk.
Lefty is ready. 2-0 to Seiya. Popped up foul. A little extra on that slider at 90.
Yeah, good late darting slider, moving away from the barrel in towards the hands a little bit.
The 2-1. And that is in for a strike.
This time he goes to the changeup. Kind of pulls it a little bit. I don't think he wanted to throw that to the inside corner.
Two. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He had Seiya all tied up on that one.
And I'm not sure this is the pitch he wanted to make here either. They want to go backdoor slider, but this thing's up above the belt. A nice job by Schweitzer coming back after falling behind in the count.
Seiya may be a little over anxious right there.
Wish he just missed a home run last time he was up. Took Antonacci into the vines.
Kelly at second, Crow Armstrong at first, 2 outs. Ball and a strike to Michael Busch. On the ground, Mydroth had to wait, and Murakami able to get back and get to the bag, and the Cubs fail to score. We'll head to the 7th. It's 4-3. Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. By Prevagen, made for the brain. And by Wintrust, different approach, better results. Oh, Mike Tauchman.
The pounder.
Love that dude.
Where's Mike Tauchman these days?
He's injured. He was injured with the Mets.
Outstanding work from Imanaga here tonight. He allowed just 2 hits. Unfortunately, one of them the long ball with a couple of men on base, so it remains a very tight game. Rolison back out there today. He pitched yesterday. Did not go particularly well, ending in a third. Couple of runs.
Swing and a miss. And Antonacci in a 1-2 hole.
Ryan gave up a home run to Jordan Walker in yesterday's game through 18 pitches. That was a rare rough one for him. He's been pretty darn solid.
Mets actually released Tauchman 10 days ago, so he's looking for a job. Here's the 2-2. Fly ball center field. Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch shy of the track, and Antonacci retired, 1 away.
This quality start is brought to you by National Car Rental. Speed, control, winning confidence. 11th quality start for Imanaga here. 6 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. That's a big number for him. Also hit a batter. Threw the ball really well. Got a bunch of swings and misses on that split finger.
By the way, Shota tonight, it's the first time ever that a Cubs left-hander fanned 10 or more against the White Sox.
Both these teams in pretty solid position for the postseason. White Sox have a 5.5 game lead in the American League Central.
Line to right, Suzuki. Oh! And Acuna retired.
fastball just didn't come down on a line and just continued to carry. And Suzuki has to make a little bit of a late adjustment to haul that in.
Jake Rogers now. Rogers a strikeout and a walk as Rollison delivers.
Only 3 times in history have these two clubs appeared in the same postseason. They squared off in the 06, that would be 1906 World Series. They were both in the postseason in 2008 and then again in the COVID shortened 2020 season. But there's the lead for Will Venable's group, 5.5 games over the Tigers after sweeping that series. That was huge for them. Brewers took 3 out of 4 in Los Angeles, so they've been able to open their lead over the Cubs back to 5. The Cubs very comfortable at the top wild card spot.
Rollison missing there. The Guardians losing 11 of 15. The 2-2. Yeah, for the Cubs, it's all systems go and just looking ahead, trying to win as much as you can, track down the Brewers. You'd love to be in a position to track down the Brewers and get a bye. 3-2 misses, and Rogers is on for the second time. Craig Counsell had Zephyr John, the righty, up. He's out of the dugout. And Craig will take the baseball from the lefty. Pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Cubs fans, you helped honor 150 years of Cubs baseball by voting for the Cubs 150th anniversary team. Now it's time for the reveal. Tune in to Cubs Live next Monday, 7:30 p.m. and we'll announce the full roster. It's exclusively right here on Marquee, presented by Motorola Razr.
Hope they voted for Hippo, Vaughn, and Three Fingers Brown.
Ryan Zephyr John delivers ball 1 to Chase Mydroth.
Well, the hard-throwing right-hander has pitched 50 times this year. This will be his 6th appearance in a Cub uniform since coming over from the Angels, the Halos. Last worked on Friday, a scoreless inning against the Cardinals.
There's a strike. Now Zephyr John will step off. Mydroth 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Cubs lead the game 4-3. And here tonight, they have out-hit the White Sox 9-2. Crowd starting to buzz. Cub fans want the strikeout. Zephyr John deals on the ground, but foul of third. Past Justin Jerschley, who does the coaching down there. Jose LaHare at first.
Jerschley's dad was a third base coach with the Royals.
Yeah,
back in the
absolutely.
day.
I believe he was the third base coach when they won the World Series.
I believe you are correct.
2-2. Line drive caught. Horner snares that one. It's our 7th inning stretch, and it is brought to you by Budweiser. For 150 years, this Bud's for you.
Tonight's guest conductors for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Chicago Cubs radio broadcasters Ron Coomer and Zach Zaidman.
Okay, Chicago, the only way baseball gets any better than this series right now is baseball against Cubs Sox in late October. Are we ready? Ready, Z? Let's do it. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. So it's root for the If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some more runs. Way to go, Chicago. Woo!
Good job by the radio boys. Back here at Wrigley. And here is Alex Bregman.
Fans now offering up their opinion of the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
There's great unity on here in the ballpark.
No question.
Both sides of town. So you said it, Boo. Cubs have out hit the White Sox 9-2, so it feels like it should be a bigger lead than just the one run.
Schweitzer. And now 1-2 to Bregman. Alex has lined out, doubled, and singled. That's the other way, and a base hit. So Bregman just punches the changeup to right, and he's got a 3-hit game.
For the first time ever, Big Ten volleyball comes to Wrigley Field, catching Nebraska, Missouri, Penn State, and Kentucky in a doubleheader under the lights on Sunday, September 6th at 6. Tickets are available now at Cubs.com/Big Ten volleyball. Bump, set, spike. Reckless abandon.
This is bunted out in front of the plate, and Rogers throws out half.
That is just the 6th sacrifice bunt put down by the Cubs this year. It's not a big part of their strategy. We talked about Ian's struggles from the right side of the plate, but here gets the bunt down and gets a very important potential run into scoring position.
Will Venable out to the mound, takes the baseball from Tyler Schweitzer, and we've got a pitching change. Cubs with a man in scoring position. Back with a new pitcher after this.
You can purchase Cubs Charities 50/50 raffle tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. Be some good jackpots for this series.
I love the 50/50 folk.
Yeah, you can see them when we come into the ballpark a lot. They're always in a good mood.
They are always in a good mood. They're fired up to go and greet the people and take your cash. Well, not your cash, but your money. All for a good cause.
All the good folks here, all the vendors, the ushers, everybody we interact with on a daily basis.
Yes.
Great people. And I hear that from fans and family that come to games. Man, what a great experience.
That is lined into left field. That's a base hit. Bregman will be held up. And the throw comes through, but Nico Horner With the knock, they're at the corners and 1 out. Third hit of the game for Nico.
Yeah, a couple infield hits, rollers to Vargas down there at third base, but this a line shot to left. He got out there so quickly. Barry had no choice but to throw out the stop sign for Alex Bregman.
Big run to get home right here, huh?
How you feeling? How's your safety squeeze vibe? Feeling it?
I don't think so.
Okay. I won't put it on then.
I like it though.
Go ahead and swing, Pedro.
No, I like it. I just.
You don't see it coming.
Yeah. Ball on the strike. Yeah, you were mentioning. I mean, Pat puts that bunt down, and the Cubs were last in the majors in sack bunts.
Yeah, by design. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, no doubt. And for Ian, by the way, his first sack bunt in 5 years, 2021. Here's one of the ways to look at why the Cubs don't bunt a ton. They're number 1 in on-base percentage. They're really good. On-base percentage basically tells you they're good at avoiding making outs.
Well,
so
they don't want to give up outs, right?
Right.
They don't want to sacrifice outs. Richards has been around. He came up with Miami back in 2018. Played for 5 or 6, 7 big league clubs.
Oh,
that hurts.
Ramirez frozen. That is.
Yeah, change up at the top of the zone.
Wow.
Out of the hand. He's reading that high, and it just floats into the top of the strike zone. Really needed contact there. Opportunity now for Alcantara to pick him up.
By the way, that changeup for Richards this year has been brilliant. He throws it 29% of the time. They're hitting 109 against it. Swing and a miss.
Now watch the bottom drop out of this one. That's a funky grip,
wow.
Huh? Some kind of a Vulcan grip on that, maybe. I don't know. That was weird looking coming out of his hand.
Well, you saw that pinky flailing off to the side. 0-2. Nico. Throw down to third. They get Bregman. And that is out number 3. Back here, top half of the 8th. Oh, man. Zephyr John.
Yeah, big opportunity missed for the Cubs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. It ends on this kind of funky play here. That's Rogers kind of double pumping, and then comes to third base. Not sure exactly what the Cubs are trying to pull off there. I thought maybe Nico would break it down and just see if they would throw through. And the one thing Rogers did that was interesting is normally a catcher is going to come out from behind the plate, peek at third base, and then either make the throw to second or, do the pump fake thing. He never looked at third base, as if he was trying to bait Alex a little bit, and then ultimately made the throw in that direction.
Zephyr walks Murakami, and the tying run is on base.
And Murakami, one of those 3 true outcome guys. He strikes out a lot, he hits a lot of home runs, and he also takes a lot of walks. Second time tonight he's drawn a free pass.
Cubs as a team, a really good base running team. And tonight, that miscue catches him.
Yeah, my sense is that Nico was supposed to stop earlier and see if he could get in a rundown if they threw through. Normally they don't, and then you just walk into second base in that situation.
White Sox fans making some noise. Zephyr saying no, now says yes. Vargas, dangerous hitter. Miguel Vargas has flied to center, singled and scored, walked and was left stranded.
Vargas really good at getting the ball in the air. So you got, battle of the wills here. Zephyr throwing that sinker in, trying to get the ground ball to get the double play. But Vargas has a pretty low, very low ground ball rate.
Yeah, they hit it on the ground a decent amount, but the 2-3 guys in their order definitely looking to launch. 2-2.
Vargas coming off a big series in Detroit. He was 6 for 13. He had a 4-hit game in their opener of that series. Went deep 3 times. Both bullpens are quiet.
Three-two. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the sweeper.
Probably not by design, but you see the swing through on that pitch a lot. The backup slider or sweeper.
They've called back Grichuk. It'll be Benintendi. Pretty solid year for this guy. Tommy Hotovy out. So Benintendi with 1 out, and the tying run is at first. Cubs 4, White Sox 3. Jacob Webb starting to get loose. High fly ball drilled right field. That's back. That's gone. Benintendi will touch them all, and the White Sox have taken a 5-4 lead here in the 8th. Wow. They've got 3 hits tonight, and 2 of them have left the park, and the White Sox are on top by 1.
Benintendi wasting no time. Got on top of a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and drove it out of here. Into the basket it goes.
Line drive and a base hit into left field. JD, this year, among any pitch types, the lowest slug on a single pitch by a pitcher is on Ryan Zephyr-John's four-seam fastball. In the entire major leagues.
Yeah, I think he'd only given up like 4 hits on his fastball or something when we got him.
But I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. You credit Benintendi, but
yeah, I mean, we talk about how difficult it is to pinch hit coming off the bench, dealing with an elite fastball, top of the zone.
Second time Benintendi has homered as a pinch hitter on the first pitch this year. Peterson, the lefty, up.
Jacob Webb had been up, but now that the Cubs are trailing, Webb takes a seat.
Yep. Yeah, an absolute stunner. Tristan Peters. And a ball and a strike.
And that home run, the first one that Zephyr-John has allowed on his four-seamer this year, just the 8th hit he has allowed on that pitch.
Zephyr-John cupping the glove over his ear to hear pitch come. As Peters fouls it off. And it is on right now in the bleachers. The 1-2. Fly ball, center field. PCA is there. So Peters retired. There's 2 down. White Sox with the lead. It's 5-4. 2 big homers. One by Grichuk with 2 on. One by Benintendi with 1 on. Now the leadoff walk bites Zephyr-John. And with Antonacci scheduled, David Peterson coming in. Well, David Peterson will take over and on out of the pen here.
Yeah, Peterson's done a real nice job since joining the Cubs in a starter's role. Currently working out of the pen, but we'll see going forward. Edward Cabrera's been placed on the IL with that blister issue. Assad recalled. We know this much about Sam. Go inside at your peril. He's more than willing to hang in there and take one for the team.
He's already been hit tonight once. And it's fouled back.
The only right-handed option on the bench for the White Sox, if they wanted to make the move, was the switch-hitting catcher Drew Romo.
One and two.
Antonacci with 8 home runs this year. They've all come against right-handed pitching.
Fouled in and out of the mitt.
Carson made a barehanded stab at this one. It popped out of his mitt.
Fly ball center field, playable for Pete. And Crow Armstrong makes the catch, but pinch hit homer for Andrew Benintendi, and as we go bottom 8, it's 5-4 Sox.
Well, the Sox lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th, but before we wrap this night up, we have to get the injury updates, beginning first with Daniel Palencia. He is back with the team, and the expectation is that his next outing will be with the Major League squad, so you're looking at that in the next coming days. Also, Matt Shaw here today did full baseball activities, and the hope is he'll be out on a rehab assignment as early as Wednesday. Ben Brown on Friday will begin his live bullpen session, so every 5th day he'll throw a live bullpen, which is a good progress for him. Some good progress for him as he returns back, Boog.
2-0 to Alcantara. That is smoked to center, but right at Peters. And there's one away. .105.3 and nothing to show for it. And now it's Carson Kelly with 1 out. White Sox lead it by a run. On the ground to short, Acuna. And there's 2 away.
Cubs need a hero.
Yep.
Here's a good candidate.
Ball 1 to PCA. He's homered, singled and stolen a base, struck out looking, and he's also walked.
This is where you really have to be patient. You're down a run, 8th inning. You want to do something big, but you got to make sure you get a pitch you can handle.
2-0. Check swing, he went.
Yeah, pretty good chance you're going to see the change up there. His best pitch. Didn't want to give in a hitter's count. There's that funky changeup grip again. And that puts him just a little bit behind the heater.
Yeah, that four-seamer at 93. There's just enough there. 2-2. 2 outs, bases empty. Line drive, base hit, left center field. And it's cut off, but here's PCA diving into second, and he's got a double. Tying run in scoring position.
Man, some great baseball going on here tonight. What a play on left field by Antonacci to leave his feet and keep that ball from going to the wall. PCA, he's going to get 2 anyway. I mean, great adjustment, staying back on that changeup, lashing it the other way. Eyes on the prize the whole way.
Pitching change here at Wrigley. The Cubs with the tying run in scoring position and 2 outs.
2 batters and a 2-0 lead for the Cubs. The Sox have played long ball a couple of times, and Cubs have some work to do to come back in this one. And big opportunity here for Seiya with PCA out there at second base.
And Hicks pumps in a strike. Now, one of the things with this guy, walks around the table. He walks almost 14% of the guys that he faces. Hit hard but foul. And now he's in a 2-strike hole.
Hicks has an electric arm, always has. Triple-digit fastball, came to the big leagues with the Cardinals in 18 when he was just 21 years old.
0-2 on Seiya, spinning a bluff. Time called, and Zach Bove.
Oh, interesting. An 0-2 count. Hicks was getting ready to get set to pitch. Just want to make sure they know exactly what they want to try to do here with the jump on Suzuki.
Seiya has homered, grounded out, walked and scored, and struck out. PCA at second, 2 down. 0-2. Didn't go. Manny Gonzalez down there.
No, not even close.
Check swing, didn't go. 99 at the top edge of the zone.
A little bit surprised they didn't challenge here. They've got 1 left.
Yeah. Tying run in scoring position, 2-2. And now it's 3-2.
The two-seamer get wicked movement on it.
Listen to this place for a regular season affair. Seiya back in. 3-2.
Battle, stay alive. Foul it off, hope you get a mistake. It's a tough pitch to get to. 99, top rail.
Here we go again, 3-2. Struck him out. Hicks gets Suzuki. And the White Sox come up to hit, leading by a run. Cubs have out-hit the White Sox 12-4. David Peterson on to try to record these 3 outs and give the Cubs an opportunity to win it in the bottom of the 9th. JD, a weird stat, but the Cubs right now have out-hit the White Sox 12-4, so they've out-hit them by 8. The Cubs have won 351 straight games in which they have a hit differential of +8 or better. The last time they lost a game with a +8 hit differential was 1979 to the Pirates.
The We Are Family Pirates.
Yeah.
Stargell and Parker probably went deep.
Maybe Bill Robinson.
Yeah. Oh, good sinker there. Turbo sinker from David Peterson. Yeah, I mean, the Cubs have out-hit them. The White Sox have made a couple errors in the field. A couple big swings of the bat after leadoff walks.
2-2 Peterson. That one is inside and off the glove of Kelly. Now 3-2 on Luis Angel Acuna. Peterson 3-2 and he walked him.
Time now for the Motorola Razor replay, and we're talking Shota Imanaga, who made the start tonight and was razor sharp for the most part. 6 innings, he struck out 10, one shy of a career high. The splitter was doing a lot of the damage, got a lot of chase, a lot of swing and miss with that pitch. He allowed just the 2 hits. He walked 3. A little bit surprised that the White Sox aren't asking Rogers to get a bunt down here.
Yep. On a bounce, Horner to Ramirez to Bush.
Might be wishing they had. I don't know if Jake's a good bunter or capable of getting one down or not. But they opt not to bunt, and it turns into a 6-4-3 double play. Nice friendly hop. Chest high to Nico to get things started. Around the horn they go.
For the Cubs in the bottom of the 9th, scheduled to be Bush, Bregman, and Happ. 2 down in my draw. Challenge here. Catcher challenging. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Carson knew pretty much as soon as he issued the challenge that it was probably going to be confirmed, but they had 2, so they probably figured worth a shot.
Cubs with 11 strikeouts to help AbbVie's striking out cancer initiative. AbbVie, people, passion, possibilities. The 1-1. Fouled into the mitt of Kelly. Peterson takes a breath. He's ready. Cubs will send Kevin Gausman to the mound tomorrow night in Game 2.
Meidroth is in swing mode here. He has been pretty much all night, but you're 0 for 4 and you've punched out 3 times. You're trying to find, I got to get a knock, something positive here today. And I think he's kind of anything close. He's hacking.
Dribbled foul. Sox pen is quiet, so it looks like it'll be Hicks in the 9th. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Meidroth down on strikes for the 4th time. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Cubs, down a run. Bush, Bregman, and Happ due up. Fans, it's our game summary, and it is brought to you by Wintrust. Shota Imanaga with his 6th career game with 10 or more strikeouts. 6 innings, 3 runs. There's really the one swing by Grichuk, PCA, and Suzuki, each with solo homers. But the 3-run homer by Grichuk, the 2-run homer by Benintendi, that's the difference. And Jordan Hicks will try and finish this one off. First one to Bush. No challenge there by Rogers. Swing and a miss. 99.
The strikeout pitch to get Sayat in the 8th was 102 miles per hour.
That thing was dancing too. Fly ball right field. Doesn't quite have enough, and the catch made for out number 1 as Montgomery was able to pull it down.
Got under it a little bit, hopeful, but a couple strides shy of the basket.
Bregman now, and Alex fouls it away. Nothing in 1. Bregman with 3 hits here tonight. Hicks deals.
Again, a pitch they probably should have challenged.
Now they challenge.
Pitcher's called the ball, catcher challenge.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Wow.
Ball's confirmed, the White Sox out of challenge.
I mean, what's that missing by? 2/10 of an inch. That's how good these guys are. And now 3-1. Well, again, we mentioned Hicks has had an electric arm since debuting. He transitioned to starter. Now back in the pen. He can walk some guys. 3-1. That's through there for a strike.
Looking for something that you can drive on 3-1, and that didn't fit the bill. Down around the knees. Outside part of the plate at 100.
Payoff pitch to Bregman.
Pretty good whack at that one.
He got a good pitch to hit right there.
Interesting to see if they go for 3 consecutive fastballs here.
2. 1 out, bases empty. And the breaking ball misses. It's ball 4. And the tying run is on base.
Well, he earned that walk, man.
Big time.
Tyrone Taylor's going to run for Bregman. Now you start to think about ball in the dirt, get a man into scoring position, or you start to think about Ian Happ hitting one into the bleachers.
I like that.
Hicks looking for his second save. The White Sox, like the Cubs, have a number of guys that have picked up saves this year. Sir Anthony Dominguez leads the way with 12, but he's been traded away. They'll use Hicks, they'll use Newcomb, they'll use Taylor.
Taylor at first, and Happ takes low. Ball in, no strikes. Cubs down a run. We're in the 9th. Hicks to Happ. Snap throw, and Taylor is back in there.
Quick release here by Rogers. The White Sox are going to take a moment to contemplate a challenge. Looked like he was in there okay. Yeah.
Happ ready. The 1-1. And Happ takes high. Two balls, 2 strikes on Ian Happ, sitting on 20 home runs. Man at first, and the Cubs down a run. Hicks is ready. Taylor at first. 2-2. Inside. And now it's filled up. Nico waiting to hit next. Happ chokes up on the bat. 3-2. And a pitch. And that one misses. Wow.
Out of challenges. And borderline pitch might have been. Was it?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, you know, I think he set up outside, and the fact that he had to reach back across like that, I think that impacted Scott Berry, the home plate umpire.
He cannot be easy to catch, would be my thought. Right?
No, with that kind of movement, with that kind of velocity.
Cubs try to pull even. And Nico Hoerner, a golden opportunity here in the bottom of the 9th. 1 out. Tyrone Taylor, the tying run at second. Ian Happ, the winning run at first. First and second, and 1 away. Hicks deals. Line drive out into center, and a base hit. Charging is Peters. It's bobbled. Taylor in, and we're tied up. Nico delivers. 5-5.
The 4-hit night for Nico Hoerner. And man, did he come through big time. Mishandled by Peters in center field. Couldn't bury it, already given the go sign. And he wasting no time at all.
he is going to hit most every quality fastball in zone, right? And he did there.
Taylor taking a moment to read that ball.
And now it's Ramirez trying to be the hero, and time call. Huáscar Brazoban is warming. Vargas was pointing into the dugout.
Yeah, I think the dugout was trying to get everybody's attention that they wanted to put Ramirez on, and Vargas finally kind of locked in on it.
Man, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, it's a high-risk play because you got a guy on the mound that struggles with command.
So Miggy takes inside.
And they got the infield is not all the way in. They're playing for a double play in the middle of the diamond, or at least they're playing to have the option.
Ball and no strikes. Amaya waits. And that's in there. Will Venable looking on. He goes with the intentional walk to load him up. Swing and a miss.
You see Amaya trying to be real quiet with the lower body, just throwing the head with his hands. And you can't get big with that velocity. And the right idea, but just offered out a bad pitch.
1-2 now. Hicks is ready. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And now it'll be up to Carson Kelly.
And the execution of this sequence about
really
as good as it gets from Hicks.
Yep.
Under pressure, under the heat with the bases loaded, he delivered.
Kelly 1 out of 4 with a single. Happ at third, he's the winning run. Horner at second, Ramirez at first. And ball 1 to Carson, and Carson is a guy who really knows the strike zone. A reminder, Cubs post-game live coming up. Cole Wright, Elise Medeker, Cliff Floyd standing by. The 1-0 on the ground towards third. Vargas racing to third, and they get the out and get out of the jam, and we're going to the 10th. Five here at Wrigley. Hey, welcome back as we go to the 10th Budweiser broadcast booth. Cubs fans for 150 years. This Bud's for you. John Shambi, Jim DeShays. This has been fun.
Oof. Yeah, the energy in the ballpark from pitch one has been off the charts. Kind of a back and forth, kind of a weird game.
Yeah.
Out hit him on 13-4. Now a couple of big swings by the White Sox. Cubs have had a lot of opportunities. They've had at least one base runner in every inning and a couple of missed opportunities. But here we are heading into the 10th in a 5-5 tie. So bonus baseball here in Chicago.
Owen Miller into the game at second, and it pushes Ramirez to third. Remember, they ran for Bregman.
And so the Cubs have emptied their bench. Miller just up from AAA today.
Maedroth, the runner at second.
Maedroth, a good on-base guy, but his only time on base tonight is as the Manfred man here in extra innings. It's been a tough night for him. Jacob Webb has been outstanding in a Cub uniform. 54 appearances, a 2.33 ERA. A little out of sync right now.
He walks Murakami, and now two are aboard and nobody out. Yeah, Webb. I mean, I guess if you want to call him the closer, you can call him the closer. He's just been the dude.
He's been the high leverage guy.
He's been the high leverage guy. And sometimes that'll come in the 8th, sometimes the 9th, and sometimes the 10th.
The third time Murakami has walked here tonight. Both times previously he's come home on home runs. So it's been a bad formula to walk him.
That's in there to Vargas for a strike. Cubs are 10-6 in extra inning games. The White Sox are 7-9. So for each of them, their 17th extra inning game. That's tied for the most in the majors. The 1-1. Chopped towards third, but foul. For the Cubs, 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors. For the White Sox, 5 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. I think Webb Easton arrives with the new pitch com. And we're good to go. Absolutely beautiful night. A packed house, a sellout at Wrigley, and a great atmosphere. John Shambi and Jim DeShays along with Taylor McGregor. We're in the 10th, tied at 5. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and he gets Vargas. There's that changeup, JD.
Yeah, what a weapon this is. One of the best changeups in the game. Saw it from Richards earlier. Now Webb breaks his out to get Vargas.
Well, here's Benintendi with a big pinch hit 2-run homer. Swing and a miss.
Benintendi didn't think he was going to get a first pitch heater there again, did he?
Swing and a miss. Another changeup.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Doesn't matter what you think you're going to get, it's what you see. And out of the hand, you see fastball, and you get started, and then it just floats on in.
My dropped at second. Murakami at first. Tied at 5 with 1 out. Big pitch right here. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Just 3 really well executed changeups. Getting a feeble swing. Why mess around and come back with another one? This one he floats off the outside corner.
I mean, what can you say about Jacob Webb and the job that he has done? Great Montgomery here. And strike 1.
Jacob Webb has not allowed an earned run since the 3rd week of June. 21 games with an ERA of 0.
Swing and a miss. Here comes the crowd. My dropped at second. Murakami at first. 2 outs. 0-2. Tied at 5 in the 10th. And that time a fastball at 95. The 2-2. See you later. And a challenge.
Pitcher called a strike, batter challenger.
Yeah, they get one because we're in the 10th inning, so they were out of challenges.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
As we moved to extra innings.
That was overturned.
Great challenge by Montgomery. And
that's a huge challenge. I don't know that I've ever seen that with guys moving off the field that way, and that moves the count to 3-2.
Don't know if you make that pitch again if he can lay off. He is taking his time out here, Montgomery, and really grinding mentally, trying to get ready for this pitch.
Left-hand hitter waits. 3-2. Payoff pitch, and that is ball 4, and they're loaded. And you talk about high stress pitches. Tristan Peters now, and Tommy Hotovy is going to walk out to the mound and just have a chat with Webb.
Slow everything down a little bit, and then obviously scouting report on Peters.
Tristan Peters.
He had a heck of a first half, made the All-Star team. Since the All-Star break, it's been pretty lean for Peters.
All loaded up. Peters waits, and the pitch is challenged, called a ball. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Carson Kelly is really good at challenging. And it's 0-1. That's a biggie.
Yeah, it's a biggie, and it's a good pitch by Webb too. You know, hitters that know all about the changeup. That 0-0 breaking pitch has been a real nice weapon for him.
Swing and a miss at the changeup. 0-2. What do you go with here?
I either go up top of the heater or go right back to the change.
Little roller towards first, and
when change up. I mean, a lot just depends on what they know about Peters, what his tendencies are as a hitter. Might be more inclined to change it up a little bit in the sequencing, just because of the walk to Montgomery.
0-2 on the ground towards first. Fair ball. Webb gets over, and that's the third out. They get out of it. Webb, the Houdini act, will go to the bottom of the 10th, and the Cubs will look to win it. PCA to lead it off. Kind of says it all. As we go to the bottom of the 10th, Pete Crow Armstrong will get the opportunity with Carson Kelly as the automatic runner at second, and Hagen Smith is on.
Yeah, he was the 5th overall pick in the 24 draft out of Arkansas. He's made 3 appearances as a big leaguer, 4 2/3 innings. Got a nasty slider and a good heater. And a funky arm action.
He's walked 6 guys in 4 2/3. He has struck out 7.
Talking about taking a kid and putting him right into the heat.
Yeah, you're not kidding. So batters are 0 for 14 against him. That almost hit Pete.
You know, clearly at this stage of the game, it's clear that Taylor's not available, Newcomb's not available.
And that's through there for a strike at 95. Man, there's some funk to this, huh?
Yeah, it's a short, quick arm action.
The 2-1. High fly ball. That's to right. That's back. That is gone. Ball game. PCA walks it off in the 10th. And the Cubs knock out the Sox in 10. It began with a homer. He ended it with a homer.
Just a magical night here at Wrigley. You know, when the top half of the inning ended, the fans started chanting PCA, and he delivered.
Fly the W here tonight in 10-7-5, and Pete Crow Armstrong, his first walk-off homer of his career downstairs in T-Mac.
Thank you. Pete, you've told me before you just like celebrating like a little kid in moments like this. When you were rounding the bases, meeting your teammates at home plate, what was going through your mind?
That was a first. I've never done that before. That was special, man. I mean, it's a different kind of atmosphere when you're doing the whole crosstown thing, and I mean, people showed out for sure, but just an unbelievable job of staying in the fight like we always do, and yeah, we're never out of that thing. So
the fans started chanting PCA before you guys even got to the dugout to start hitting. What does that mean to you?
That means everything. That's about the only vote a tough last couple of weeks for me, and I'm glad I could kind of make up for some of that tonight.
Walk me through the at-bat. How were you able to win the battle?
You know, I don't know. I've never... Sorry. I've never faced him before, so, you know, just doing my best to compete and put a ball in play, get Carson over to third base, so that was about it.
I saw you with Maley right before the at-bat. He was walking you through some iPad video. What are you looking for in those moments to try to get the advantage?
Like I said, never seen the guy, so just trying to get a feel for what he throws, really, and then, like I said, just go up there and compete. That's all it is.
Thank you, Pete. Boog?
He is something else. Right now, I think you'd have to say your National League MVP. He loves being a Cub. And he's a 30-30 guy for the second straight year.
Yeah, well, when the White Sox failed to score in the top half of the inning and you knew he was leading off the bottom, you felt awfully good about him delivering something, a game-winning home run. Yeah, that's obviously one of the things you contemplate, but man, oh man, this kid is just amazing. 2 home runs, double and a walk here tonight. Cubs frustrated much of the night, left a lot of base runners. Had a base runner picked off third base at a critical point in the game. This would have been a tough loss to swallow. The heroic swing of the bat from PCA.
Yeah, the Cubs walk it off again. Woo. Well, chapter 1 goes to the Cubs in 10 for Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor, and our entire crew. I'm John Shelby. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Again, your final in 10. The Cubs win it 7-5. Tomorrow, game 2, Kevin Gausman makes his 3rd appearance for the Cubs, and our coverage begins at 6. Coming up after the break, Cubs postgame live. Cole Wright, Elise Menaker, and Cliff Floyd. It is right around the corner, so stick around.